Hey guys, and welcome to today's virtual session. Today we've got a 40-second on, 20-second HIIT session for you for 5 rounds. We're going to be utilizing some kettlebell work today. If you see this in your plan, there will be another session underneath it that you can do for body weight, which will be self-managed. So if you don't have a kettlebell at home, that's okay. Just use the virtual class below this. Alright guys, so today we're going to be training with one of my favorite training tools, which is a kettlebell. We're going to be going through swings, kettlebell rows, we're going to be into high pulls, then we're going to do sit up and press, and then we're going to go for a run. Now today if you can't run, we do have a standard variation that you can do on the spot. So if you're having any trouble panicking before we start the session today, we won't be running if you can't run. Alright guys, so we're going to get set up for today. So Sandy's got her kettlebell ready to go, she's joining us today. I'm going to run you through your warm-up as we go before we start. So we're going to go into our chest swings. Let me get Sandy to go as well. So opening up the chest, ready for those swings. We want those thumbs driving up. It's going to get our chest nice and open. Alright, once we've done that, we're going to go for pulsing toe touches. So we're going to be reaching up and pulsing towards the ground. Reaching up and then pulsing towards the ground. Perfect. So we're going to do a few of those. Awesome. Up next we're doing our lateral stretch from side to side. So one leg out, rocking from side to side, stretching out our inner thighs, getting the hips nice and warm. Perfect, and we're good to go for today. So Sandy's gonna get ready to go. We're gonna start off with our kettlebell swings. So as we're pulling that bell in, we want to focus on hinging and driving the hips forward. So we'll be sinking those hips back and driving forward. This is how we do a Russian swing. This is how you want to be doing swings. You don't want to be going into a squat and a stand. So push your hips back and drive those hips forward. Very important for swings. This protects your lower backs and utilizes your hamstrings. Quads on nice and tight as usual. We're going to get this timer on and ready to go. Starting in 10 seconds. Three, two, one, and going for it. So as we're driving, you notice Sandy's hinging. The hips are coming back, posture is great. Okay, we want to squeeze the core as we get up to the top. We shouldn't feel this movement in our shoulders. We should be feeling this through our core and through our hamstrings. So switching your abs on by squeezing that belly button in towards your thigh and driving those hips forward. 10 seconds, keeping that flow. Bell height doesn't matter, wherever you can get it to with the power from your hips. 3, 2, 1, and resting. So we're going to do alternating rows. So we're going to do the same hinging position we just did with the swings. So pushing the bum back, nice straight posture, alright, and then we're going to be rowing. So looking down towards the floor will give you that neutral spine through the neck. Alright, so we're just alternating. So we're working on getting that scapula to squeeze. So we want this shoulder blade to really squeeze. That's what we're focusing on. So nice relaxed shoulders. We don't want our shoulders up. Relaxed shoulders, hinged over and rowing. We've got 20 seconds left, guys. Nice big squeeze of the row today. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Next up, we're doing our high pulls. So from a squat position, we'll be driving the kettlebell up and we'll be driving through those elbows. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So from the ground, driving that bell up nice and high. So with the high pull, the power comes from the legs. So if Sandy pulls more through her legs, that bell's gonna fly up a lot higher. Okay, we're not over-utilizing the shoulders. We want the bell to come up from our squat. So that drive comes from the squat. Good work, guys. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Okay, we've got to sit up and press next. So we're going to be sitting down on the floor. I'm going to show you how Sandy's holding this position. So with the bell, you want to hold it like this. All right, so you're going to have the handle underneath in that nice seated hold position. We're going to lay down and we're going to do a sit up, and then we're going to press once we get to the top and back into a sit up. Now if you keep this bell over your belly button, there won't be any load in the sit up. If you want to make it more challenging, bring it more towards your chest as you do the sit up and then press. So that's going to make it more challenging. Otherwise, we want to go back to the belly button, which I'm going to get Sandy to do on her next rep. So back over the belly button. Yeah, so doing that sit up and driving up. So if you've never loaded a sit up before, by pushing that kettlebell forward slightly as you sit up, it's going to help you up. And doing that press and relaxing, all done. All right, we have our 100-meter run next. So the way we do that, guys, is count 50 steps in one direction, 50 steps on the way back. You should be able to get that done in 40 seconds. Otherwise, count out 40 seconds. Sandy's going to go off for a run. I'm going to demonstrate this running in place if you can't run. All right, guys, so we're just going to be doing that nice gait on the spot. Okay, so we're not going for high knees and we're not doing butt kickers. We just want to get our knees 45-degree height, arms going to keep the body in a neutral position. And we're just going to pump these out, guys. So working nice and hard. You'll be back in about, most of the running guys should be getting back in about 5 seconds. If you're on the spot, guys, keep working it. Nice and quick to finish off. 3, 2, 1. Awesome, guys. We're going to do a quick touch base. Grab that drink. Good work. All right, guys. So that's round 1 done. Grabbing a quick drink. We're going to have really short touch bases today. We're not extending them out like we do in our 30-15s. Okay. So what we want to do is there are a few things we can work a little bit harder on if we can't just load. So I'll be running you through that on the next round. All right, team, 16 seconds and we're off. So we're going to go back into our swings again. You can shallow out your swings so you can pop them up and push them back down into the next round if you want to speed up your reps and your output. Okay, so as you can see, Sandy going a little bit quicker. Still use your hips to drive it up, but your shoulders can slow it down and bring it back a bit quicker. In gravity, that'll allow you to work harder, otherwise slowing it back down and just letting gravity do the work. Gravity brings the bell in, hips drive it up. Gravity, hips. At the top of the movement, guys, squeezing the glutes is going to stop you from using your back and going into an excessive reach. 7 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Perfect. So rows up next. I'm going to get Sandy to stand on her side for this one so we can see the hinge position. So we're really going to do these ones nice and slow and take our time. Just on the screen, guys, if you want some more cues. Alright, guys, into our rows. So we want a neutral spine. So the more we can get this neck back in a straight line, the more you're going to get out of this movement. If you start bringing your head all the way up, you're going to overuse your trap and you're going to have a sore neck. So we want a nice neutral spine. All right, 15 seconds, guys. So I'm going to get Sandy to stop, and she's just going to face the back for a second. So what we're going to do is, showing you the scapula, we're going to go forward into that row, and we want to squeeze in between these shoulder blades. So that's what we're working on. All right, guys, we've got high pulls up next. So remember, the power comes from the floor. 3, 2, 1, and perfect. Ten seconds. Driving up. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Sit up and press is next. If you can't do the sit up and press and you're having trouble, you can stick the kettlebell between your legs in front of you, and you can pick it up to the press and do the sit up without it if you need to. So I'll get Sandy to do one of those for us. So just a standard sit up, then grabbing the bell, and then doing the press, and then putting it back down. So if you're struggling to hold that bell for the movement, we can do it that. Otherwise, taking it back down with you, and then driving it up. Perfect with the press. Awesome, guys. We want to get as many reps as we can in. Great work, 10 seconds. Then we'll be into our run again and running in place. And resting. Perfect.
Here we go.
Going off for that run in 15 seconds. If we're not, guys, we're going to be doing this in place. Alright, runners can go a bit early if you do have a space to run. Perfect. If you're going with me, guys, let's do those sprints. So getting those knees to that 45 position, moving your arms, alright, and going for pace, 30 seconds. Alright. This is to get your heart rate to max before we start our next round. Keep going, don't slow down. This is the hard one if you're doing it on pace. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, perfect. Alright guys, water break, quick touch base. Grabbing that water bottle, having little sips. When you're doing HIIT, you don't want to consume too much water. Do that at the end. Otherwise you get a bit of a revisit from the water. Alright guys, so we're going to do a few deep breaths if you're feeling puffed. So nice big inhale, big exhale, nice big inhale, and a big exhale. Awesome. These big breaths will help regulate your heart rate and get you ready for your next round so you don't feel like you're panting the whole time. 10 seconds, we're back into our swings. Remembering core switched on. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, team. You can do swings with a dumbbell. So if you've got another weight that is a little bit off tilted, you can hold the hex head and do swings from holding the hex head and into the swings. So if you need to, like Sandy is, you've got a dumbbell that's a different weight, you can use that. Otherwise, back to your belt and you can utilize the bell. Good work, team. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Rows are up next. 3, 2, 1. We're into our row. So really focus on the technique of this movement. You know you've got the technique down. You can go a little bit quicker, but that main focus on really squeezing through those shoulder blades as you're rowing. Nice relaxed shoulders. Great work, guys. 12 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Kettlebell high pulls the next. To the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. 7 seconds. Power come through those legs. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We want our chest up nice and tall, and we're driving that bell from the ground. All that power comes from the legs. Don't want to cook those shoulders. Seconds. Good work, team. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, sit up and press his neck. Same thing, guys, if you've got a dumbbell and you don't have access to a kettlebell, or that kettlebell's too heavy, you can utilize a light weight. So Sandy's going to use the kettlebell for 2 reps, and then she'll put it down between her legs and we'll swap and grab the dumbbell. So holding the hex heads, you can do the same movement. So if you've got a different dumbbell weight that's different to your kettlebell, you can utilize that. Perfect work, guys. If you find this too challenging, you can do this without load altogether. So you can put down the bell and just do the hand movements, overhead press without loading. If you have shoulder issues, that's a good idea to not overload too much and resting. Perfect, guys. Lunge up next. We've done 3 rounds. 10 seconds, guys. 3, 2, 1. Going for your 100-meter row or sprinting in place. This one. Alright, working this as quick as you need to work for that heart rate. So you can go nice and quick and slow it down. So we just want to keep moving. It's important to maintain that movement. If you're feeling like you're stuck in the house and you'd love to be running, you can get your knees up a little bit more, but you need to be moving quick. 7 seconds, runners should be back. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Grabbing a trick drink, guys. Remember, small sips when we're doing HIIT training. Good work so far, guys. Core needs to be present in all of these movements. Okay, the way we activate our core, pretend somebody's going to come along and give you a smack in the guts. That tensing feeling you get to absorb the hit is exactly how we turn our core on. Alright, so we want to be holding that with our swings, we want to be holding that with our rows, and we want to be holding that with our high pulls. Okay. If you are feeling your lower back, it's normally because you're not activating the core. Okay, so really focus on that. Awesome, guys. Getting ready. We've got 2 rounds to go and we're done for today. 15 seconds and we're off again. Three, 2, 1. Alright guys, keeping that hinging happening. Power comes through those hips. Make sure at the top of the movement you're not leaning backwards into it. You're squeezing your bum as hard as you can and your core as hard as you can. So at the top of that movement, that's what we're doing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Now alternating rows are up next. Thanks Sandy for doing a great job today for us. 3, 2, 1. And into those rows. You can use this one as a time under tension exercise, so nice and controlled up and controlling it back to the ground. Use your other exercises for your cardio. You can use this one to develop your posture, big squeeze and control. Perfect. This will give you a little bit more muscle fatigue than cardio fatigue. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. High pulls, sit up and press, then a run, and we've got our final round and we're all good. Three, 2, 1. Perfect. Fifteen seconds. Three, 2, 1. Perfect. We've got our sit up into press. We're going to go in 7 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Sit up, core on nice and tight and pressing. If you're demanding a more challenging sit up, you can try to not put your shoulder blades on the ground flat, so not opening up through the chest, keeping it engaged and sitting straight back up. You can see Sandy's now, her upper back isn't touching the floor. She's keeping that core engaged. So if you need to make it more challenging, otherwise go back to laying out and coming back up like Sandy. Seven seconds. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right, we've got our run and our final round and we're all done for today. Great work, team. 10 seconds. All right, guys, doing those high pulls. All right, running, guys, off you go. All right, sprinting, guys, high knees. If you're challenging yourself, all right, otherwise we're just running in place. If you need to work harder, go a bit faster. All right. Find a nice rhythm because we're almost done, guys. We're going to push harder in the last 10 seconds. All right, getting ready. Nice and quick. If you're in place, let's go. 10 seconds. Working those legs, pumping through the arms. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right, runners should be back. Grab a drink of water. Last round. Thanks for watching our virtual session today. If you'd like to log weights for these workouts, make sure you message your coach. He can send you a video on how to log these workouts in Keystone. 10 seconds, final round. Let's get it, team. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and let's do it. Core on nice and tight. We're feeling nice and fatigued, so we want to make sure our core's on. You need to pay extra attention. Big bum squeeze at the top, core squeeze at the top. 10 seconds, working hard. Final round, good work, team. 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Rows are up next. Three, 2, 1. Let's go, team. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. High pulls, sit up press, and our run, and we're done for today, guys. Three, 2, 1. Using that deep mindset. Lose yourself in the exercise. Don't think about how it feels. Once this is done, you'll feel fantastic and energized. Work nice and hard. Prove to yourself what you can achieve. 12 seconds. Show yourself what you're made of. Let's go for it, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Sit up and press. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, team. Sit and press. Sit and press. Remember, if you need to make it a bit more challenging, guys, keep those shoulder blades off the ground. It'll help get a stronger core. But it is more advanced, so only do it if you can handle it. 20 seconds. Don't stop now, guys. 10 seconds, we're almost there. The finish line is there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, our final run. I'll run in place to finish off. All right, 10 seconds we're off for our run. 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, guys, on place, working that leg, knee up high. If you can't go too high because of your ankles, keep them short. We're going for gold, guys. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Finish line. We're all done, guys. Grabbing that much needed water now. We're going to go through some mobility and some quick stretches. and then we're done for today. I want to thank Sandy for being our demo person for today. Alright guys, so we're going to go into some key stretches. We're going to go down into our hip flexor stretch. Really important after this session. Open up the hip. Make sure your pelvis, alright, is tilted. So pretend you're a bucket of water. Tilt the bucket of water out the back. So driving that hip forward, then shift forward. This will make sure you're hitting most of the muscles in the hip flexor, okay? If you just let your pelvis go the opposite direction, you can actually go really far forward and not get a proper stretch. So really tilt that pelvis and drive, okay? If you are tilting the pelvis, driving and not feeling anything, you can elevate this back leg. You can do it with a band, or you can sit it on a surface. There's a kettlebell behind me. So I can sit my foot up there, same position, and go into the stretch. This will give the psoas a little bit more of a stretch because we're elevating at the back foot. You can chuck a band and pull that foot up for more of a stretch. Alright guys, so we want to do each side. Once we've done each side, normally one side's tighter than the other. Alright, then once you've done that guys, glute stretches. So on your hands and knees, one leg kicks out the back, other foot shoots across, and then we go down. If you can't do this stretch, you can do this stretch from your back. Okay, so laying on your back, putting the foot on the other leg. For some people that's a stretch. You can reach through and hold the thigh through the gap to give you more of a stretch. If that's too hard for you to do, you can find a wall and use the same position. Foot up, hips go up, leg across, and then down. And maintaining that stretch. Good functioning glutes are key to not have back pain, guys. So stretching those glutes out. Thanks for joining us on our virtual session. If you've got time, spend some more time in that glute stretch. Flick through your social media. Submit your workout like we always ask you to do at the end. Alright guys, hip function's important. Have a great day.